Welcome to Player Way Podcast, your gaming podcast covering gaming news, reviews, and more. I'm your host, Johnny Murr here, and welcome to kind of the final Player Way episode in this era. We'll have to explain that at the end of the podcast, but I'm here joined with the co-host, Jordan Prater. I don't know why I said Jordan Prater. Prater, he's here. Yep. JP? Not late for dinner, you know? Welcome. Hey, welcome to this week's podcast, man. Jam-packed podcast for this week. We have an awesome game to talk about. Well, we have a couple awesome games to talk about. And then we have a bunch of really interesting news to talk about, a lot of them referring to release dates. And then we're going to be playing Video Game 20 Questions at the end of the show. And then at the very, very end, we have a little bit of an announcement to make. If you guys were listening to the last podcast, we said that we were working on a project. We're not full-blown going to announce that project, but we're setting it in motion today. We're setting it in motion because, let's just say, things are getting spicy real quick. But anyway, we have a jam-packed show. I'm super duper excited for this episode. Like, honestly, I've been counting down the days to this episode because, number one, I just want to talk about a specific game very, very badly. And we're going to do that. But then also, there's just so many cool games that I'm super excited for to talk about. So, without further ado, we're going to get into it. But if you guys love video games, consider subscribing and share with your friends. We appreciate all the support you guys give us. Doesn't matter what you love, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, third-party, PC, VR, indie, whatever it may be. We love gaming. We love talking about it. And right now, there is so much to be excited for. Fortunately, today, there was some news to not be excited for. We're going to talk about that as well. But for the most part, we're here to talk about games because we love it. And we appreciate all the support you guys give us, especially on this episode right now. But without further ado, man, let's get into it. Starting off with our games of the show. And ladies and gentlemen, this week, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, all have hit consoles, hardware, PC, whatever you're on. It has hit the marketplace. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to start with Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion Remastered. So this is a game. It was shadow dropped. We knew it was coming. It was the worst kept secret in gaming. Well, it's real, and we've played it. We haven't beaten it. I'm actually not very far, like, whatsoever in it, because another game completely hooked me. And so I'm pretty sure that's also the same thing with Jordan. We've both played it, but I don't think we've gotten very far. Maybe. I played about 3 hours today. I played about 3 hours today to prep for that. So I don't know where you're at. I really don't. But we're gonna talk about Oblivion. Okay. Have you done the battle, the siege of Kashyyyk or something like that? Okay. I don't know where we're at then. I have no idea. Well,
that's it. That's it.
you know what's so crazy is I kind of just saved the podcast because they couldn't hear you, but now they can.
Awesome.
Luckily, I was doing most of the talking, so we didn't miss too much. We're back. Jordan's here.
It's not even my fault with the microphone.
It's not. It's not. It's completely my fault.
I've
I
had
do it
my
all
own
the time,
issues
man.
with microphone on my own streams before.
I do it all the time.
Funny,
Man.
this time it wasn't even my fault.
I do
At least
it
we didn't go
all the time.
35 minutes of gameplay of no
Oh
microphone.
my gosh! All right, whatever, dude. Don't tell you about it. I saved Austin today because his mic was muted while streaming, and I went in there.
Was
And
it?
it was like, you're muted, dog.
Yes, it was actually when he streamed. Was it Mario Kart like a month ago? Or something like that with somebody. I feel like he was muted the first like 10-15 minutes of his stream back then too.
I don't know about Mario Kart.
Maybe it wasn't Mario Kart. I don't know. I felt like he was playing
He was
Nintendo
playing
with some
Repo.
people and-
Repo. He was playing Repo.
Repo, maybe that's what it was. Maybe.
I don't know how he got Mario Kart out of that.
I don't know.
All right. But anyway, Oblivion, man. I'll let you take the reins on this one because I feel like you have a little bit more experience with Oblivion because this is my first time playing it.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go ahead and take the reins. What are your thoughts so far on it?
Yeah, dude, the Oblivion remaster is one of. I know everybody's sort of on the fence. Is it a remaster? Is it a remake? I don't really matter. It doesn't really matter to me. Regardless, is that they've put out a polished yet still broken version of Elder Scrolls 4 that is still just as fun and just looks a lot better and prettier. And like, my game crashed a couple of times, sure, but it was when I was doing like stupid stuff. It was like, I would crash when I get stuck in a wall because I was trying to like jump too much, or I would, I tried to break the game where you save the Emperor at the beginning of the game. Spoiler, 19 years later, where you try to save the Emperor at the beginning of the game, where you just like stand right there in the little window where the assassin guy comes out. I tried to stand there to see what happened, broke the game, crashed. So there were things I was doing that was making the game crash. Apart from that, the game was playing beautifully. The combat mechanics were improved a little bit. That was fun. Leveling is still just as broken. You can just spam your way to 99 sneak and 99 pickpocket and stuff like that. All the old tricks are still there. All the old glitches are still there. It is a polished edition that looks so much better than the original. And for somebody even like me who enjoyed version 4 of it and soft locked myself out of like 2 different gameplays, it's kind of hard to go back to vanilla Oblivion for some, because you get so used to Skyrim after a while, because yes, Skyrim isn't the greatest looking game on the planet, but compared to Oblivion, they're pretty night and day. And then you compare yourself to all the games that have come out over the last 5 or 6 years that have all these next gen graphics and Unreal and everybody making their own engines to make these games look as incredible and as real as they can, and going back and trying to play Elder Scrolls 4 sometimes can be difficult purely because of like, man, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
So if you're someone that struggles with the idea of just going back to 4 because of how bad it looked, or trying it, and maybe like you're like, I don't know if the way it looked like ever had any effect on like you playing Oblivion, but like if it does for like an extended period of time, someone in your situation, it's perfect. It's perfect for you, because it is the same game. All the same quirks, the same mechanics are still there. Some of the customization stuff that they've done with the people and the NPCs are like a little weird. The adoring fan from the arena, I don't like that reskin. That one's not great. But the Uriel Septim Emperor, like redone over, beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. So good. So there's small little quirks that were in the original that still are small little quirks in this one. It has its charm and it has its fun. I've read a couple of things online that some people are still kind of fizzled out from it because they're still spoiled from like how much Skyrim had to it. I don't think you're doing enough. I don't think you're walking around doing enough. Stop. Don't mainline the story and walk around and do stuff, I guess. I don't know, because Oblivion is packed full of stuff to do. Yeah. And they put all the DLC stuff in it too. So like there's no way you're bored after 2 days in that game. There's no way.
Yeah. Nah, like I think for me, for somebody who's never played Oblivion, who I really enjoy Skyrim, it's not one of my favorite games of all time. I'm personally more of a Fallout person than I am Elder Scrolls. Yeah. But I still really enjoy Elder Scrolls.
And I really like Skyrim too.
Right.
I do.
This has definitely itched that, because I've always wanted to go back to Skyrim, or I've always wanted to play a new Elder Scrolls game, but I just, trying to go back to some of those old games is rough sometimes, especially big RPGs like that, where it's just sometimes feels like a chore in some departments, and so for me, this is definitely, it's that scratch of, you're in a big Bethesda RPG right now. You have complete freedom and reigns to do whatever you want. And I'm definitely feeling that. And I like what you said, how like people are kind of spoiled because of Skyrim. Yeah, I don't really see that argument outside of visuals, which even now I think this game looks better than Skyrim. So
now it does, yeah.
Right,
sure.
And so like, because to me, yes, the map is smaller. It is a smaller open world for sure, but like, I feel like I'm doing the same things I was doing in Skyrim, like almost completely. I'm going to all these different towns, picking up as many apples and potatoes I can find, stealing as many things as I want to, going to all these like traders and stuff like that, finding all these cool caves and dungeons and weird things, and doing all my magic stuff. Like, to me, it just feels like what came before Skyrim. That's really what it feels like. And I think now with the remaster, it's just super solid in my opinion. Am I like in love with the game? No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not like in love with it, but at the same time, RPGs is that genre. It takes me a little bit to like really sink into it. Like same thing happened with Avowed. Same thing happened with like Mass Effect and everything. Like I started, I'm like, okay, this is cool. There's a lot of good things here. But then like, when I'm like 20 hours deep, I'm like, bro, this is some goated stuff. like man, this is hitting every note for me. And so yeah, for me, I'm really enjoying it. I think the best way to put it is it truly is a faithful, in my opinion, remake. But like you said, it don't really matter what you want to classify it as. It is super faithful, and I think it does a lot. Right? I don't think this is a remaster where, you know, like Days Gone remaster or Last of Us Part 1 remastered, where it's like, okay, it's just maximizing what was already phenomenal. No, like this is going from, at this rate, pretty bad to really, really good. And so like you actually feel like it's worth the remaster, and it feels like a new game. And what's crazy about this is, not even just from our opinion point of view, is Oblivion really is, in a way, a new Elder Scrolls game. Because Skyrim is that Elder Scrolls game that went completely mainstream, that like broke out. Like it's one of the highest selling games ever. And Oblivion is not that. Oblivion is just as critically acclaimed, if not more. And so those people that played Skyrim, for a lot of them, this is their first new Elder Scrolls game since ever getting introduced to Elder Scrolls. There is a whole generation of people who have never seen an Elder Scrolls game after Skyrim, because it's taken them so long to make 6. So for a lot of people, this is a whole new experience. And the remaster does a good job at making it feel modern, even though, for me, when I'm playing it, I feel a lot of dated systems. I like the combat still feels dated. A lot of just things that are going on in the game feel dated. But they did a great job in making it not get that, this is like super dated, like I don't like this. It's just like, okay, I could tell this was a 2006 game, but this is still really fun, you know? So, and it kept that charm, like you said. And yeah, just overall, I think they did a really great job with the remaster. We'll see how I end up like actually liking or think about Oblivion as a whole when I'm done with it. But right now, I'm having a really good time down with it. Anything else to add on Oblivion?
I don't think directly.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I think we're both maybe like 5 hours in, maybe, if even.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
So we'll probably have more to talk about at some point. But as of right now, that's where we sit on that. But let's go ahead. Oh, boy. It's finally time, Jordan. Oh, it's time. Let's talk about Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Now, we're going to go ahead and say it. Now, okay, well, actually, we need to decide on the spot. Is this a spoiler talk or not?
Spoilers? I mean, has it been long enough?
I mean, it's been over a week. Has it? No, it's not been over a week. It's not been over a week. Came out Friday. Well, it's about to be a week. It's about to. Yeah. All right, here's what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to go into a spoiler talk for Expedition 33. So if you have not played the game, yes. Warning. Spoilers. All right. If you do not want to be spoiled, and I'm telling you right now, you do not want to be spoiled. Please experience it for yourself. We're about to go into spoiler talk. If you're watching this back, or if you're watching it live, come back in like My guess is honestly, it might be like 30 minutes. Do like a safe 30-minute wait or skip ahead, because we're gonna go into spoilers and we're gonna be talking about this game. We've been so excited to talk about this game because before you leave, another not a spoiler for the game, spoiler for us. We think it's absolutely incredible. And so
We sure do.
And so we are going to be diving deep into that. So yeah. We'll see you in a little bit, but if you don't want to be spoiled, leave now. All right? 3, 2, 1. Jordan.
Yeah.
We have both finished.
Can you believe there's a megalodon in the game? Anyway.
Bro, Batman died. I can't believe it, bro.
Dude.
Bro, Doom Guy showed up. I can't believe it.
Dude, Sephiroth. Wait.
Bro, Mario is Luigi's brother? Oh my gosh.
Whoa, wait, you just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Anyway,
crazy.
yeah, no, this dude, this freaking game. This
Dude.
freaking game.
Whew. Yeah. All right, so we have both beaten the game. Which, by the way, Jordan beating a game in 2025? Crazy talk.
Front to back?
Bro.
Rolled credits?
Oh my god.
Rolled credits?
Have you even seen credits before?
Yeah. Been a minute. It's been a minute. Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, because I had to beat Miles Morales.
Oh yeah, that's right.
On to New Game Plus to Platinum. So I
right.
credits that. I did it on the hardest difficulty too. Those games I'm good at. That's about it.
Awesome.
But anyway.
Yes, so we have both beaten Expedition 33, and well, I'll just go ahead and get my thoughts out the way. Oh my gosh. Dude, I was singing that on my walk earlier with my mom, and she was like, "What are you singing?" I'm like, "Oh, just like one of the greatest things ever."
I was playing it at work, man.
Oh man, it's so good. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my thoughts out the way. I have a review on my channel. Make sure you go watch that if you haven't already. But to just put it shortly, just to sum it up, here I'll actually read my results here that I put at the end of my review. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Expedition 33 is my first 10 out of 10 game of 2025, and for so many reasons. I say this, Expedition 33 is one of the best turn-based RPGs I've ever played. It has elite combat, visuals, music, and writing. This world and its characters are so brilliantly brought to life, you can't help but fall in love with the story. Mix that with one of the most satisfying combat systems I've ever played, you get one of the best experiences of the year that will go down as an all-time great, even with its minor inconveniences. Yeah, I honestly can't say enough good things about this game. They're like, this is truly a masterclass in what game development can be. And I say can be because this is a studio's debut game. A lot of ex-developers from other companies such as like Ubisoft and stuff, who were just able to see through their vision and put their passion into something. And we're seeing the results of that with this game. This game, you know, it's funny. When this game was announced and the studio was announced, on their website, all the developers had a list of all their favorite games of all time. There was a lot of Final Fantasies on there. There was a lot of Lost Odysseys on there. There was a lot of JRPG love on there. And this game does feel like a love letter to JRPGs. You can tell they took inspiration and their love for everything and they poured their heart and soul into it. I said this, I think the combat system is a top 3 gameplay for me of all time. Like, granted, I don't know exactly how to compare some of them because they're completely different genres, but for the longest time, Returnal is my second favorite game of all time because it is my favorite gameplay in any game. It is just super satisfying. I love it. This is right up there with it. Like, I can't think of another combat system that I've had this much satisfaction with, had this much attachment, and just being so addicted to it and loving every aspect about it, whether it is the gradient attacks, whether it's your skills, whether it's the builds in this game with pictos, with skills, whether it is the variety in characters, whether it is the enemy variety and the parrying, the dodging, the jumping. There is so much in this game, and everything feels so polished and so crisp and so punchy. The audio helps it like truly. This combat is like almost as perfect as you can get in a turn-based combat. Like there is very rarely any kind of like, oh, this is stupid, or that kind of sucks. You very rarely get any of that in this game because everything just feels so just awesome. And that's not even talking about the rest of the game. The story, phenomenal. The music, phenomenal. The visuals in this game, oh my gosh, this game is gorgeous. This game is truly remarkable. Now, I do have a couple issues with the game, and we're gonna talk about it. But that also leads me into another conversation we're gonna have this podcast, and that is what makes a 10 out of 10 game, and what is a score. And I feel like that kind of has to do with that. So, but I've glazed it a little bit. We're gonna talk about it way more in depth. We're gonna go into like our different experiences, the characters we like, the things we did. But Jordan, just man, what do you think, man? Like, I mean, I already know like what you think. In a way, anybody who plays this game, I have a pretty good understanding on what they're gonna think about the game because it's really hard to not freaking love this game. But what do you think, man?
Look me in the eyes, Sandfall. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What a way to put out a first game.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Can we just discuss that this is your first game? There's like 33 of you guys, which it's actually kind of, is that actually what it is? Like there's a group of 33 of them?
It's just 30. It's just 30.
30 of them? It'd be kind of funny if it was 33.
All right.
But no, it's 30 people, along which I haven't looked like in depth in like the behind the scenes stuff on it, and I need to more and more. I did a little bit whenever I learned about it months and months ago, and I'm glad that like me just sort of seeing it after all this time is like paying off, because this was one of those games that for the last like couple of months I've been trying to talk to people about it at work. I've discussed it with a couple of coworkers. There's been a few like people comparatively, like you and me have talked about it a little bit. Austin's brought it up a little bit. It's just it just not enough after playing it is clearly like I also wasn't looking into it enough, because I want to know how this small group of 30 people in this small little French room got together with this rock star voice acting cast. How'd you convince this rock star voice acting cast to just jump in full keel hauled and give like the performances of a lifetime?
Oh my gosh.
To this game that has like nothing standing ground, like like behind it, apart from just vision and faith, and probably just one hell of a conversation is what it had to have been. To be a fly on the wall with the conversation they had to get Andy Serkis to go up with this. Ben Starr's going to knock it out of the park regardless of what he does. This is right up his alley of games that he would even play, not just even be a voice actor in. So like this is like bar none, but he is not becoming not a big deal. Like Ben Starr is also something else to like bring up into it. So beyond just who's in it, you have knocked this game out of the park. There are so many things that itch so many scratches for any type of gameplay that anybody would want. Like, is it this humongous like 400-hour game? No, it's usually my alley. Which mind you, it can be. It can if you go through and grind everything. If you go through and grind everything and like find all the collectibles and get all of your friendships up. Everything that you want to do with like all the side missions and go through and like platinum it or get all the trophies or whatever it is that you want to do with it, like it could be probably a well over like 100-hour experience for sure. I beat it in about 32 hours, I think was about my final play time on it. So and that was me sort of rushing some of the parts. I did kind of want to go ahead and get through the main storyline, so I would just have the story to experience, for one, just because I had to know where it was going, because I had my suspicions, sort of what we were going into, but I had to know. And games don't usually do that for me. Even ones that have really good stories, usually I don't always want to rush to the end because I want to do so much. This is one of those ones where like I was always sort of like torn between like, man, if I want to do everything, I have to grind for a little bit and then I can get back to the story. And it's like, no, I have to know. I have to know. And that's what I did. But yeah, brava. This game is something that even though I was looking forward to it, still took me for a surprise of how much I like it, how aggravating parts of it were, and how just satisfying the next time was. Like I got off earlier. I was like, you know what? I don't think I can do this fight. I think we're just gonna call it, be what it is. Got off for like 10, 15 minutes, hopped right back on, one timed him. So, it was like, okay. But I was like, man, I can't like that. That's how frustrating the game was to me. But literally, I hopped off for 10 minutes. Like, you know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try a couple more times. Why not? And I did. And that's not something that I've really felt the need to do because of everything that's being brought to the table, from gameplay to story to acting to visuals to just exploration. How quirky it is too. There's things in it that intentionally make it funny. There are parts that speak to it differently to me. It's really hard to hear like Mael and not think Shadowheart the whole time. I just can't not hear or see Shadowheart's like face. Every now and then whenever Mael's like giving a speech, and that's just cool. That's just fun to like hear that voice and like have all that come back from it too. But for a turn-based game, to me, basically, it's standing up to be game of the year.
No, I'm right there with you. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, this is like you said. There's a plenty of people who were excited for it, who recognized its potential, and yet it still managed to blow every expectation out the water. Like
over 1 million copies sold, by the way. So
yeah, and just that also like solidifies, the fact that this is your debut game, and just for comparison, Metaphor and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth also sold 1 million copies in its first week. Clair Obscur sold 1 million copies in its first 3 days. You're telling me this studio just came up in here, delivered this absolute masterpiece, and is already putting up just as good of numbers, if not bigger, than the two basically industry leaders when it comes to turn-based games. Like, this is unprecedented, Like, I completely agree with you. For me, this is this year's first surefire 100% guaranteed Game of the Year nomination. Right? There is plenty of arguments you can make for so many other incredible games this year. Monster Hunter Wilds, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Split Fiction, whatever else you want to throw in there. But for me, this is the first one when I go on social media, when I think about the games I've played this year, this one moved me. Like, this one was like, oh, this is something special that I'm going to remember this year for specifically. And I'm just so happy for it because, number one, I was super duper excited for it, but I had my concerns, right? As I feel like a lot of people had concerns because it is a studio's debut game. It is a new IP. It is a genre that only very few studios have been able to really master. And these people just came up in here and just destroyed everything. Like, they just tore it up. They delivered what many people are saying is like a classic. Like, 20 years down the line. And I saw this tweet and I'm like, yo, this like, I could low-key feel this so hard. Is that this might be the current generation's Final Fantasy VII. How as like Final Fantasy VII has went from just a singular game into basically its own franchise. Like, the whole cast of characters is like super iconic. How it like redefined like JRPGs for that generation. This does kind of feel like that game in the current generation, where it's just completely revolutionizing everything we know about the genre. And not because it's implementing all these new things we've never seen before, but because it's mastering a lot of these things that we've seen before. From a debut game, it is mastering some of these things. parrying and dodging and countering has never felt more crisp in a turn-based from my personal experience. I have a lot of turn-based games in my favorite games of all time. I love turn-based. I've never doubted turn-based as a gameplay format. It's just this one hits completely different. Like just every frame, every button input just feels so right. And I absolutely love it for that. But let's go ahead. Let's talk about the game more in depthly. Let's go ahead and let's start. Let's actually start with the story. Let's start with the story. Let's break down story, and this includes characters. This includes performances. This includes cinematography. Whatever you want to include in this. Just I'll let you go ahead and start with the story.
Okay.
Wow. where to start? Where to start?
So the concept is super interesting. The idea that something happened in the past that set up the future every single year for the next 100 years is one of those things that, okay, like that seems very video game. Some sort of like, finite amount of time, very fantasy genre. Like, okay, there's some sort of like time limit, but it's, it's interesting how it happened. Being French, and all the like terms that they put into it, like, gommage for one. Like whenever the people gommage, like it makes you want to look that up. And like gommage, like basically just means like erased. But they say gommaged, and they escape the gommage, and it's gonna be 9 years till you gommage. Like after hearing it like 16 times, it stops sounding weird, and it stops being like, okay, I gotta learn what that means. So it does a cool thing to like sort of educate you on like what other cultures are doing with their games by just putting subtle words that mean something else into it. Like they could have just said like we're gonna be erased. No, like they put in a word that also translates erase like 4 times. So that's just like a cool little like play to sort of what they're doing like within their like personal selves to the story, by like shoehorning these things into it. So that's awesome for one.
Oh boy. Bro is lagging hard.
The of doing that, having a expedition.
Yeah, hang on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, while he gets that fixed out. I'll just go ahead and continue what. I'll just kind of bounce off what he was saying. While this fixes itself. Yeah, I like that. That's something I have to. That's something I love a lot of games for. Is when like you said, you take a word like being erased, but they actually give it its own thing. Like in this case, gommage.
Are we back?
And you might be back. You're loading. Maybe. It's thinking. But to me, like just doing something like that, what it tells me is they're not just building a game. They're not making a game. They're building a world. They're making an experience. And that's what like I think really helps this game shine. Is it doesn't just feel like you're playing a game. And that's what, in my opinion, you need to do with a game like this. This isn't like, yes, this isn't technically made by Japanese developers. This is a JRPG in all accounts. Like, even though it's not a Japanese game, you can tell every gameplay aspect. You can tell like so many things are just ripped straight out of inspiration off of all these Japanese RPGs. And so, for me, it just screams, yo, we're trying to make a true experience. We're not just building a game. We're not just making a game. We're building a world, and we want you to live in this world and experience all these characters that are in this world with you. Jordan's back now, so I'll let him continue where he left off. I don't really know where he left off. I kind of forgot.
Yeah. Trying to remember myself too. My internet just took a poop. What was I saying? So yeah, the expedition of people going every single year to essentially be sent off to their death, because none of them ever come back, and none of them have come back. For 66 expeditions, no one's come back.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, everyone's gone. So you either go and you die, or you die because you get a little bit older. So, you know, everything is inevitable when it comes to the end. Because, you know, yes, this expedition may have gotten further, this expedition may have gotten further. But honestly, until you get there, you don't know that.
Yeah.
And when you start this game, when you get there, you do not get the impression that anybody got very far at all. Because so many people die. It's right at the beginning of the game. Again, spoiler, we hit the alert button.
Yeah. By the way, if y'all are just now joining, we are talking spoilers for Expedition 33, so clear out now.
Yep.
If you want.
I didn't say who died. I didn't say to what context, I guess, yet. But if we want to talk about it, it's death. There's so much death. Death is written all over this game.
Yeah.
It's the concept of it. It's the fear. It's what we're trying to prevent, and it's just happening a lot.
Yeah.
So like death is very much boom.
Austin, I would
right
come
in your
back.
face,
I would come
right
back in
away.
like 20 minutes because we are talking spoilers for Expedition 33.
Yeah, and I don't know. Has he played yet? Have you played?
He's last time I saw him on stream, he was in the Gestural Village. So
Okay, so he's at least got to where we're talking about at this point. So
yeah.
Had no idea exact podcast, so I missed a little bit. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, death is everywhere right at the beginning of this game, right? So yeah, it's written all over it, but it's just done in a way that everything is so separated in its own manner of death. Because like I said, it's, you know, the death of the expeditioners is a mystery because you don't know what's happening. You just know that nobody's coming back. Yeah. Like the Gamage, everybody knows that it's happening, but they don't necessarily know why is this happening every year. Like, you know, like we get it, we see it, and we know what's happening, but like why?
Yeah.
So there's, you know, there's the mystery of that, and just like the inevitability of it, because, you know, nothing ever changes for the last 60 some odd years. This is what's been happening. So, you know, mystery, inevitability, and then just, you know, you can also just die in general. And, you know, from what does that look like? You know, nobody ever expects to, you know, die because you fell off a cliff, or you get hit by a car, or you get food poisoning or something, you know, like that kind of, you know, like that all stuff almost seems second nature to something like this, because death is so inevitable because it's your life.
Yeah.
So like that's a very interesting way to sort of set the forefront, and then to just put personal heartache like just right in your face right away every 10 minutes of the first hour of this game. Just something else is happening, someone else is going, and then you get to the island and you finally get to the point where you're doing some like exploring, and it's like, bro, what have we been doing? Like, what?
I know.
Wow. Like, you cry, you laugh, you sit and think. If you're someone like me, you sit and start to theorize, okay, where are we going 10 hours from now, even though I'm only an hour into the game. And, you know, to be fair, I was right, but I was also wrong up to where the game was going. Like, I had an idea, but they took it 3 different left fields for me. So it was like, oh, okay, so yeah, that's where you were going, but boy, did you veer and make it more complicated than I would have thought. Yeah. So no, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, like to
Awesome
like
start to the story.
Oh yeah. I mean, like to what you said, this game brings out every emotion in the books. You laugh, you cry, you scream in like excitement, you like sit there and wonder. Like this game does every kind of emotion there is. What I will say, and then we'll start talking about like specificness, is kind of what you were talking about. The concept of this game, for me, is what was the driving factor of excitement for this game, because the concept of the story, the plot seems so interesting. It seems so video gamey, but it was like, man, can you imagine if this game has the storytelling of something like Final Fantasy or like Xenoblade or whatnot, and they actually execute on it with these characters? Can you imagine like what this concept could be like? And ladies and gentlemen, not only did they execute it, they called on Gordon Ramsay, and my goodness, did they cook a perfectly good steak. Like it is, they cooked. The French cooked. That's what I gotta say. And what I love about this game's writing and its story specifically is how greatly paced this game is. And you can just tell how great the writing is within that first hour. You were talking about the opening. I'm also of the idea, I think this is one of the best openings I've seen. Because it really does set the whole story for the whole game. It really sets the whole tone. And I mean, whether we're talking about the music that's playing during it, whether we're talking about the characters and their dialogue, whether we're talking about the interactions you're having, just events going on in the world around you, the opening just, oh man, it just absolutely hits. And for me, it's the execution. The pacing just felt right. In that moment, spoiler alert, at the very beginning, when Sophie fades away, they don't just, oh yeah, sad music, oh big time, fade to black, boom, you're on to the next thing. They let you sit there for a good like 3 minutes and just let you watch Gustav's like facial expressions, just the mocap, the world around him, the colors in the sky change, everything. And they let that whole song just play out. They were in no rush. They were in no condensing. It was just, here is this moment, and we're gonna let you have this moment. We're not just gonna force feed it down your throat. Like, you should cry. No, they're like, you can cry here. You can cry, and we're gonna allow you to cry. And it was just, it's just so good, and that doesn't stop throughout the whole time. It doesn't stop. There are so many moments. Jordan, did you cry in this game?
Yes, at least 4 times.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I was gonna say I cried at least 4 times.
At least 4 times, I think. Yeah.
Yes. This game pulls on all your heartstrings. This game pulls on all the emotions that you know and love. Another thing, and to me, this is my favorite part of the story. Which, to be fair, I've had this conversation so many times. To me, characters are the best parts of stories, almost in any story ever. I mean, you can name me any game that I love the story in. It's probably mainly due to the characters. I mean, without characters, you hardly have a story, in my opinion. So, it's possible, but it's really hard. The characters are just superstars in this game. I think every single one of them carries their own weight. I did a ranking of characters, which is on the channel now if you guys want to go see. 6th place is still like an S tier character, in my opinion. You know, like I don't think any character is below amazing in this game, because each of them have their own motives, each of them have their own backstory, each of them have their own very unique gameplay to them. They all have amazing actresses and actors behind them. They like the characters just drive this whole thing home, and they really help that idea of it pulls on every emotion. Monaco, freaking funny, bro. Like, dude is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Gustav, he's kind of that, like, just everyday, like, relatable dude who ends up caring for people, and you just can't help but get attached to him. You have Lune, who's, like, all about business at start, but then ends up, like, as the journey continues, is more like, okay, maybe I actually don't just care about the mission as much as other things as well. You have Mael, who is just like, unfortunately, the absolute center of like the whole plot, it seems like. You just have so many characters that help drive so many different emotions throughout this whole game. Like, and again, it's just all paced really, really well. Do you want to say something? It looks like you want to say something.
I just, man, the development of them being so different from sort of start to finish, but them also still being pretty much who they are
Yeah.
by the end of it still too. Like, they still definitely, stick to their motives on like what they want out of the results. Um, even though, they develop and change as people and as characters and as teammates essentially. Everybody sort of really develops their own internal story within their story.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree that the pacing of how it was done was just extremely well thought of and well plotted
Yeah.
and well executed. And if you play it right and really take it in, I mean, the character development, makes half the game. So
Yeah, it really does. I was telling Austin this when it like the day it came out, because he asked me what I was thinking about it. But a game is amazing when you don't know what your favorite part about the game is. I could tell you the music's my favorite part, and I wouldn't be wrong. I could tell you the combat's my favorite part, and I wouldn't be wrong. I could tell you the story's my favorite part, and I wouldn't be wrong. I could tell you this is like the most gorgeous game we're going to see all year. Argue with me. It's like every aspect in this game has something special in it. It's not just, oh yeah, everything's really good, and then, oh yeah, but the visuals, man, are just amazing. It's not just, oh, well, the story's good. It's just too bad the gameplay doesn't complement it. No. Every aspect is working full throttle in this game.
Yep.
And that just tells you how amazing the game is. I just don't know, because the combat, when I think of the game, I'm like, bro, the combat is like one of the best things I've ever done. So to me, that's like, that probably is my favorite part. But then I think of like the 5 times I've cried throughout the game. I'm about to go into major spoilers. So if you do not want to hear these things, leave now. First, the opening where Sophie faded away. The second, when Gustav died. Third, when Monaco's son died. Fourth, where Verso died. And then fifth, and this one was the one that broke me, which is so weird, but like when I go into explanation, it just makes me love the game so much. The fifth one is when you finally see everybody at the very end with all their loved ones, everybody that they were fighting for, and what the moment it like generally this moment made me like scream in pain, because it not like scream in pain, but like it made me go like, oh, like, and I just like started crying so hard when Gustav and Sophie walked into the room. Oh my gosh, dude, I was like, I can't. This game is amazing. This game is incredible. Like, and I said this in my character ranking. If spoiler for my ranking, if you really care that much, but you
should probably put spoiler in the caption of this.
Yeah, I probably will. CL was my favorite character. She's the one I played with the most. She carried my whole team, and I just really liked her character in the game. But my favorite story character, like my favorite character in terms of story, was Gustav. And which is it's crazy because he's not even in the game for majority of it. But to me, he is that driving factor throughout the whole game. If his death doesn't take place, I don't think the rest of the game is as strong as it is. Because every character has some sort of attachment to him. And when you do see him at that ending, it's like, holy crap, we won. Like, we did it. Like, it just is that full circle moment. It's like, wow, we really just went on that whole journey. Remember where I started with this guy, and he's here. He's back. I went through all those emotions, and he's right here. Like, it turns into a mission of revenge and trying to stop this curse, and it turns into a mission of finish what Gustav started in a way. And I like, to me, he is the heart and soul of the story, even though he's not there throughout the whole thing. There is a reason.
It's a very Aerith Sephiroth.
Yes.
Kind of inspiration, homage type of feel to it, where it's something pretty iconic within the story that happens a lot earlier on than people think it will happen.
Yeah.
Just to be like a pinnacle reason for why like a lot of it, sort of happened, which, Gustav isn't like, the fate of the world.
Right.
Like Aerith is apparently supposed to be, but, it definitely sort of has that, especially sort of if, old Renoir showing up, sort of as often as he does, all ominous like he does. I mean, hell, dude, that little like cane tap. I mean, that's just as ominous as Sephiroth's black feathers showing up in frame.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's gonna happen? Who's gonna die? Who's gonna die this time?
Yeah.
It has that feel of like that kind of vibe. Not to like directly compare it to it's Final Fantasy VII. It's not. But it definitely sort of has just that vibe of this ominous character that has a mystery to it, that for some reason is just tormenting somebody that just wants stuff to be peaceful and happy.
Yeah.
What's up with that, man?
Yeah.
What's your deal?
Yeah.
What's your deal, Renoir?
Yeah. Look, I mean, we could go on for. I mean, at this point, we could go on for like hours.
I could,
dude. I do. Yeah. After this 20 minutes of talking, I've already decided we need to do a whole special thing for this, because this is too good. But I guess that leads me to this topic. What makes a 10 out of 10 game? We've barely touched on the music, the visuals. I mean, I express my love for the combat, but we don't want this podcast to be super duper long. Do you have anything you want to specifically point out before we transition into this thing?
Don't 100% the game for the story in full. I didn't do everything on the side, but get to know your friends. Keep talking to them over and over again. Every time you get a chance to have a discussion with your buddies, do that, because those just lead to fun little side moments. And if you're someone like me and like John that likes character development, actually developing your friendships within the game make for some really cool moments for you and your companions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say don't neglect the side stuff too much. At least just talking to the people, because some pretty cool stuff happens along with the story, depending on where you're at in the game. So
so this next topic we're going to talk about, what makes a 10 out of 10 game? What is a score? And the reason I want to talk about this game, talk about this topic, is because it has to relate to this game. As you guys know, I gave the game a 10 out of 10. That wasn't always the case. When I originally uploaded my review and I wrote it all down, I actually gave the game a 9.5 out of 10. And it wasn't until I started listening to podcasts the next day of people just talking about the game is when I realized that I think this game is 10 out of 10. And so I just want to have this conversation, and I'd be so down for Jordan to give his input as well, is, number one, what is a score for a game? And, when looking at that, what makes a 10 out of 10 game? And so for me, and this is kind of how I've always treated it. I'm not a critic. As much as I, try to, properly evaluate games, as much as I, give every game its fair due. I'm not a critic. I'm a fan at the end of the day. I'm paying $60, $50, whatever. I'm paying a subscription service to play all these things. And to me, a score is your rating of your experience. That is what a score is.
Agreed.
And when I first gave it a 9.5, I gave it that because there are some things, even though they may be minor in the grand scheme of things, when you look at how phenomenal all the aspects are, there are minor things. And it's like, okay, well, there are these things, so is it really a 10 out of 10? I'm like, well, I guess I can't be lying if it's not a 10 out of 10, right? So I gave it a 9.5. At the same time, though, that is not a proper representation of how I actually feel about the game. And therefore, I had to switch it to a 10 out of 10 because it just didn't feel right. And 9.5 did not feel right to me. It may feel right to IGN. It may feel right to Game Rant, whoever. It might feel right to the Game Awards at the end of the year, but it doesn't feel right to me. Because when I look at a 10 out of 10, what makes a game a 10 out of 10 is it delivers the absolute best experience possible, right? And to me, while yes, Ghost of Tsushima is still my favorite game of all time, I don't know where this game ranks in terms of like my favorite game of all time. It's the idea of nothing can be perfect, but can it give you something that you 100% love? And to me, that is what it gave me. I love the music. I love the visuals. I love the gameplay. I love the story. I love what this game is. Debut game. Only $50 on Game Pass. I love its trailers it had. The cover art. The collector's edition have. Everything about this game is like, man, I love this. Like, this is so great. And I compare this game to what was my game of the year last year. And that was Black Myth Wukong. If I was a critic, I would probably say Black Myth Wukong is probably not a 10 out of 10. But I gave it a 10 out of 10 because that's how much I loved the game. That is the same way I feel about Expedition 33. There are things that I would critique it on if that was my job. While I'm going to point it out in my reviews to, because if a developer watches it, hey, that might actually make the game better. They might hear it and be like, oh, that's actually a good point. Let's fix that in the next game, or let's do a patch for it. Awesome. You can't just ignore the negatives. Ignoring is a whole different topic, but a 10 out of 10 does not mean perfect. It does not mean flawless. It just means the best of the best. And to me, when I look at everything I've played this year, things that I've played throughout this generation, things that I've played in my entire life, this is one of the best of the best. And that is why I gave it a 10 out of 10. I think there are things like some of my critiques where there is no ability to just restart boss battles. You have to either die or you have to reload your previous save, which towards the latter half of the game, that can be like really like, man, why is there no just restart boss battle? Like what? Like what? Like we're turn-based RPG here, or the fact that there is no map or navigation.
Never run back.
Right. There's no map. There's no navigation when you're actually in like the chapters, which is really weird. I still don't understand that choice. Yeah. Right. Like simple nitpicks within the writing, even though it is phenomenal. Like there are critiques I have, but when you look at the music, when you look at the story, when you look at the gameplay, it comes down to what more could you ask for? And that's where my mind went, because to me, let's say Doom the Dark Ages comes out, right? And I decide to give it a 10 out of 10. Who knows what it's going to be? But let's just say Doom, it doesn't have as good of a story as Expedition 33. It doesn't have as good a gameplay as Expedition 33. This is all theoretical, by the way. I'm not saying anything is. But let's say I gave that a 10 out of 10 and Expedition 33 a lower score. If I then go and say I enjoyed the story, the music, the gameplay, the visuals of Expedition 33 more, and yet I scored it lower than Doom, how does that make any sense? As a person, right? If I was a critic, it'd be a whole different story. But I'm not. I'm a fan. I'm judging it off of my experience, right? Just because I give something a 10 out of 10 does not mean it is on par, one for one, being compared to something else. It means that is my score for that experience, for that product. That is what I think, right? It's so, like Blueprints, for example, indie game that just came out. I think that game is awesome. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I gave Expedition 33 a 10 out of 10. So, all right, that's a 1 point difference. In my mind, I think Expedition 33 clears it by miles. But that's because I'm comparing two completely different things, right? And that also goes to my next thing is just because you give something a 10 out of 10 does not mean it's flawless, does not mean it's perfect. That means you enjoyed it to the as much as you think that you possibly could. And just because something is not a 10 out of 10 does not mean that there has to be this glaring problem. It does not mean that there has to be an issue that you have to point out in your review. Oh, well, he only said good things about the game, and yet he gave it an 8 out of 10. Maybe it's just because everything about the game is just 8 out of 10 good. That doesn't mean that it was perfect or it was flawless. It just means, hey, you know what? That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. I enjoyed it. 8 out of 10. And so, to me, a score is your experience. I know I kind of just went on a rant. I went a lot of different places. Probably confusing in certain things. But at the end of the day, a score for me is my experience and how it impacted me. And for me, Expedition 33 is a 10 out of 10. Whether there are issues or not. When I look at things I've played this year or what I might play this year, you know, it's everything I want out of a game, right? That's something else. A score. Is it what you wanted out of the product? And to me, it completely exceeded everything. And it's exactly what I want out of a game. You know, if you made another game in the same genre, this is now something that is like a standard, kind of, because they executed on it to this level. So, yeah. Do you have anything to add? Like, what's your breakdown for all of it?
I agree. For the most part, as far as you know, the way you view a 10 out of 10 personally being the way that you view the game. Because, you know, there are games that I would probably call a 10 out of 10 experience for myself. But, like, is the game itself, when you would just sort of look at it as a whole as someone who's not biased, is that game a 10 out of 10? Maybe not. Yeah. You know, like, you know, is you know, the first Fable game a 10 out of 10, like, point blank, front to back? Probably not. But for me, is it a 10 out of 10 experience for what it does for me in gaming? Yeah, it is. Yep. You know, same thing with, you know, this game. I wouldn't give this game a 10 because, you know, there are a couple of things that for me, as an experience of what I want out of a game like this, and it's like sort of what, you know, you mentioned earlier. It's nitpicky things, but sometimes nitpicky things are what knock things down a peg for me. And sometimes, like, things like your interface, like within the game, like can sometimes sort of set me off. Like, why isn't there any sort of like detailed journal, like whatsoever, of sort of like what I'm doing? Like, there are side quests and companion quests. Like, once you talk to your friends and companions about those, you have no real way to track them unless you just happen to remember where they said to go, and then you go back and see that part. There's no, you know, it's and again, it's, you know, little things that aren't taking away from the gameplay, aren't taking away from the visuals, aren't taking away from the story, aren't taking away from the voice actors. These are things that, you know, like what you're taking away from the game personally. And something like a detailed journal where I get to know my characters. I like background descriptions for stuff. There's no way that like these people probably wouldn't have extremely cool, like, detailed little background descriptions of like who they are. I would love to learn a little bit more about Renoir in phases. Like, you know, like let me let me unlock more lore about him as we get to learn who he is. He's the mystery man who killed a bunch of people. Now he's this person. Now he's developed. Now he's a different guy completely now. What do you mean? Like let me know why that is with a little bit of stuff to read. If you're not a person that likes to read stuff in games and that's you, I love lore. Give it to me. Give me lore. Give me stuff to read. Let me have a little bit more like detailed descriptions, like about my skills and spells, and sort of maybe what they can pair with. And yeah, stuff like maps. Like I'm not asking for a mini map like during the gameplay, but like the way you can, pop up your map whenever you're doing the exploration, like let me see that in the area map I'm in. Like, most of it's kind of linear areas, like you are sort of just going to the same part, but like the parts where there are 6 different parts to go, be sort of nice to know if I'm making a loop or if I've hit if that tunnel or that trail or something like that. So yeah, again, it's not taking anything away from like what the game's actually doing. If you just say, hey, what's Clair Obscura Expedition 33 about? You're not going to talk about your experience with the map. You're going to talk about how good the characters are, how fun the gameplay is, how fun the combat or is or isn't. So yeah, it's 100% a personal view on what it is, and I think it should be more that way, from a sort of critic and view standpoint. I don't, I think there should be less situations where everyone's giving this game 10 out of 10. No, I bet there's probably somebody out there that averages an 8. Let's put them in there too. Somebody out there can't stand this game. Somebody out there thinks it's tacky.
Oh yeah.
Somebody out there, somebody out there thinks it's just a rip off of this. Somebody out there really hates Andy Serkis and won't even involve themselves with it. There's somebody is out there who's beat this game twice already and thinks it's too easy. Like there are people that will rate this game lower for other reasons. And for me, there is nothing story-wise, character-wise, visual-wise, and development-wise within the story that sort of take away from it. For me, it's nitpicky things.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have a really cool user interface, and that's where you put all your effort, and your story's bunk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just sort of depends. But front to back, the game is a 10 out of 10 experience. Would I rank it 10 out of 10 as a whole? No, because for me, there's a few things lacking that would make the experience a little bit more fun for me when I want to rest my fingers. When I don't want to run around, when I don't want to parry, when I don't want to attack, when I don't want to build, when I don't want to do this. Maybe I just want to scroll through my menus and, not just be looking at my weapons or something. I want to learn a bit about my characters. I want to learn a little bit more about, about my skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So things like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll like bounce off of some of your stuff you said, and then we'll move on. But like, number one, like you said, like from front to back, is this game a 10 out of 10 experience? Did I completely enjoy my time with it? Absolutely yes. If I was playing a different role, are you good, bro? Yeah. But again, like if I was a critic, if I was in a different role, would it be a different score? Maybe. Like I originally gave it a 9.5, and then I changed it to 10 out of 10. I think again, what is a score? It is your feeling towards a game. That is what it should be, and that's what it always should be, regardless if you're a critic or not. Unfortunately, critics don't really do that, but it should be that way. It's the reason I only do one score, right? There are people out there who like give it multiple scores. Like, well, I think this game's a 10 out of 10, but it's probably more like a 8 out of 10 game. I know Austin does that. I'm calling him out not because it's a problem. Completely fair. I think it's very valid that you do this. But again, to this topic, what do I see a score as? This is what it is. He thinks Final Fantasy 16 is a 10 out of 10 to him, but he objectively thinks it's an 8 out of 10 game, right? And so to you just have to identify what is a score to you. And to me, it's just my experience. If somebody comes up to me and asks, yo, what do you think of this game? I'm not giving them my critic review. I'm going to tell them, oh, yeah, this is what I think of the game. If somebody came up to me and is like, yo, what do you think of Black Myth Wukong? I'm not going to tell them, oh, it's a 10 out of 10 to me. But if I was a critic, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. They could care less about that. They just want to know what I think. And to me, it's a 10 out of 10. If somebody asks me what I think about Ghost of Tsushima, I'm telling them straight up, 10 out of 10. Like, I'm telling him what I feel about the game, my experience about the game. And then the second thing I'm going to say is no matter how you look at it, how much you want to argue against it, how much you want to try and prove yourself innocent, this is no matter what. All of us have it. I have it. Jordan has it. Everybody has it. No matter what score you give a game, there will always be some sort of bias to that score. No matter, like, that's just a fact of life. Everybody has a bias. There is no way you can do anything unbiasedly. Even if you're like, well, to me it's a 10 out of 10, but if I was a critic, it'd be 8 out of 10. Even that is still biased. Like, there is no not doing a biased take. Because at the end of the day, it's your opinion, and you have another opinion. It's still an opinion at the end of the day. And another thing is recency. Recency is also a big part. 20 years down the line, will I look at this game the exact same way I feel about it right now? Probably not. It may be stronger. It may be weaker. Who knows? But I guarantee you, the fact that it is hot off the grill, the fact that we're only 1 week from release, is a telling of I feel this certain way about it right now rather than what it will be down the line. Because recency bias is also a thing. And then the third thing that I want to finalize on. When it comes to a score, and this is what I say about so many things, and we're about to go into it. I'm about to kind of bring it up with another game in my review roundup. People focus way too much on a number for the wrong reasons. Just because you gave something an 8 out of 10 does not mean it is objectively worse than something you gave a 9 out of 10. That person may think it's worse. That person may like it less. But that does not mean you will also think that. Or that does not mean that that is the correct or mass opinion correct opinion, right? It's just a number. It is just a number. And I think the problem here is a lot of people question what makes something lower rather than what gets it that high in the first place, right? If I gave a 9.5 to Expedition 33, if I told somebody who thinks, if I went up to somebody who thinks Expedition 33 is a 10 out of 10, and I told them I gave it a 9.5, they're going to ask, but why? Like, what's wrong about it? They're going to wonder why that 0.5 is missing. They're not going to wonder what made it a 9.5. It got up to a 9.5. That is a feat. That is an incredible achievement. The fact that you're up to a 9.5. That is very unlikely. I have yet to rank a game 9.5 or higher until now, this year. And you're more worried about what made it lose that 0.5 rather than what got it to that 9.5 in the first place. And that's the same thing with one of the games we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Spider-Man 2 here in a second. People focus so much on the fact that, yes, it has a weaker story than the other two, that it just completely brings the whole conversation about the game down because that's all they want to focus on. Well, it's a worse game because of this, because of that, because of that, because of that. Yeah, but what about everything that Spider-Man 2 did amazing? Right? We're just not going to focus on that because of that one negative aspect. And it's because that number says so. And people care way too much about that number. Right? I give Spider-Man 2018 a 10 out of 10. Miles Morales a 9.5. Spider-Man 2 a 9. What? How did it go 1 point under that? Oh my gosh, it's 0.5 under that. Like, I don't understand. Like, you need to justify yourself. You need to prove why you did that. Not, hey, there's like, you're missing 9/10 of the whole conversation there. And so for me, it's like, I'm just trying to explain to you my experience. And so, yeah, that's what I'll think. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna move on because we are this podcast is a meaty one. So we're gonna go to my review roundup, where if you guys don't know, I take 2 games every week and I do a review on it to add to the website. Therefore, you can know. So this week we're gonna be taking a look at 2 2023 games, starting with Spider-Man 2. I do give that game a 9 out of 10 on the A tier, amazing. And I say this, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is better than 2018's in almost every way, delivering new and exciting gameplay features and the ability to simultaneously switch between Peter and Miles. While the story is undoubtedly a step back, it still has a lot of great moments and is still exciting. While it may be the worst game in the series so far, it's still miles ahead, no pun intended, of most, if not every other superhero game on the market. And yeah, I think this game is awesome. Jordan can say a little bit on it if he wants, because I know he's played it. I love this game. I think the game is still awesome. Is it my personally least favorite out of 3? Yes. But there's still so many great things about it. I love the gameplay. Visually, it's an improvement. I love the wingsuit that they added. Venom, even though I wish they did more with him, he had some really great moments in it. Kraven the Hunter, I thought, had some really great moments. Just the open world, the 100% in this game is super duper fun. Yeah, this game is a blast at the end of the day. But Jordan, do you want to say anything about Spider-Man 2?
It is a 8 out of 10 experience. That was previously a 9 to 10 out of 10 experience with the Spider-Man games. I think you take 2018 and Miles Morales, and being a little bit biased towards those. Personally, I think Spider-Man 2 sort of missed the mark comparatively. But if you look at the game for what it is, the game is terrific. The story is good. Obviously, visually, it is great. Has one of the better starts to a superhero game that I think has come out in years. The interactiveness that you get between playing both Peter and Miles was a cool take that I like that they did. The wingsuit's fun. I just think maybe it makes the game a little bit too fast. But that's kind of what they were going for. And to your take on platinuming it, yes, super fun. Shouldn't be able to be done in one playthrough, is my opinion.
Yeah.
I think because there's a whole separate New Game Plus achievement for it, for beating it on New Game Plus. That should be part of the platinum.
Yeah.
But again, a nitpicky thing that brings it down for me. But as far as sort of like what you said, like where it beats it out as far as like gameplay, visuals, and somewhat character development, yeah, it's great.
Yeah. All right. The next game we're going to talk about is AC Mirage. I give this game a 7 out of 10. C tier. I think this game is good. And I say this. While Assassin's Creed Mirage doesn't have the biggest open world or the most complex gameplay mechanics, it still delivers an overall solid experience. Basim is an interesting character, and Baghdad is an interesting setting. But the story and production level isn't quite to the level we expect from this franchise. The return to basics was a welcome change of pace, but a game of this scale can only do so much. Yeah, we knew this game was going to be smaller. We knew this was a spinoff. We knew they were kind of going back to basics, and I feel like it kind of just met expectations. I feel like exactly what it set out to be. It was fun. I had a good time. It didn't like wow me in any instances. But as far as Assassin's Creed goes, it does everything you want it to. And so I feel like if you like Assassin's Creed, it's just a really solid time. The parkour is good, the combat's good, story's super duper simple. And yeah, I mean, you have a cool protagonist, you have a cool setting. You get exactly what you want out of it, but it is that spin-off, smaller scaled game that is kind of just a direct treat to just treat people who wanted the older formula, and that's kind of exactly what the game served as. But I still enjoyed it, so I gave it a 7 out of 10, which is good. But all right, let's go ahead. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead. Let's jump straight into the news of the week. Ghost of Yotei got a new trailer with a release date. This was like a 3-minute trailer, and it was kind of like a story trailer for the most part. And it did get a release date of October 2nd, as well as information about a collector's edition. Y'all know I'm super hyped about that. Actually, I got to pre-order that tomorrow. Or I might have to pre-order at midnight. Oh, shoot. Interesting. But anyway, I already did a video breaking down this trailer, but pretty much the trailer introduced us to the main antagonists of the game, being the Yotei 6. I don't remember all their names, like the Snake, the Oni, the Kitsune, the Lord Psycho, or Saito, 2 other ones I can't remember off the top of my head. But they basically broke down, the synopsis was along the lines of, as a child, her entire family was murdered by the Yotei 6, and she was pinned to a burning tree using a katana, and she went away, learned how to become a warrior, and she has come back home with the katana that was used to pin her to that burning tree to hunt down the Yotei 6. By the way, that is hard. And yeah, you're pretty much gonna go from there. They did say that, you know, you're gonna meet allies along the way to discover a new purpose. And to me, that is what excites me, the whole discover a new purpose, because anybody who's played Ghost, that's what the story is. You're not just a samurai who ends up becoming a hero. The Ghost is a movement. It's like a symbol. You become something more than just a person. And so that's what the Ghost is. So for me, that whole little, you find new allies and you see things and do things to gain a new purpose, that's what excites me. The main antagonists, they sound cool. They look cool. Again, it's just going to come down to execution, writing, story beats, all that stuff, pacing. So,
game cover goes hard.
Game cover does go hard. Yeah,
game cover goes hard.
The yellow pops, bro. The yellow pops for real. I've already said, Jordan, go ahead. Look, everybody knows this is like the sequel to my favorite game of all time. They probably already have a really good guess on how I feel about this. So, what do you think?
I'm really excited for the sequel, man. Ghost of Tsushima is one of those ones that, it was one of those like extremely heartbreaking games for me when I upgraded from a PS4 to a PS5. Because unfortunately, none of the save file stuff that I did transferred from the cloud or the external storage that I had properly. It was all just blank. So, it was a game that I beat a little bit later than I probably planned to. Because, I just sort of let it sit for a good couple of years before I really tried it myself anyway. So being sort of late to the party on it, it was one that I really couldn't stop playing. It's fun from the story mode aspect of it, from front to beginning with what you're doing, how they sort of tie in Khotun Kun with being like a grandson of Genghis Khan. Right, yeah, like that was that was a cool little part, and then you're supposed to be dead, but you're not dead. Then you're supposed to be dead again, and then you're not dead. And then you find a way to choose how you're going to be dishonorable to your uncle the whole time, because he's just mad at you for trying to save him.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing sort of what they do on it. I'm hoping that it doesn't feel, which it won't. It's Sucker Punch. They're gonna bring it. I don't think they would intentionally try to let down something like the sequel to their likely biggest game of all time. Even I'm not sure. I'm not even sure Yotei is gonna blow out what Tsushima did for them. So
yeah.
But maybe it will. Who knows? It may be one of those. 10
I think
out of 10
commercially
experiences,
probably
like
could.
once it dropped. But yeah. So we'll see. Who knows? But I'm really looking forward to seeing like what differences they make with it while still making it feel like a Ghost game.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing it to make it feel like a Ghost game, but also like what are you doing to make it not feel like a a mod of
Yeah.
Tsushima?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where they take it with the story. What so there's going to be some sort of twist with it. I'm sure that's going to be either some sort of honor thing or something like to play in with the story or something from the past. I'm wondering if they're going to give us any like homages to like the Sakai time. I don't think they will, considering how far in the future it is.
They gotta give
You know,
something though, like a gravestone or something, like.
Or maybe some sort of like ethereal experience where like she has to call upon like the original ghosts.
Oh my gosh,
like,
bro, that would give me chill, bro. I'm telling you, bro. If Jin shows up, bro, I'm gonna break. I'm gonna like, I'm gonna break down.
In like any way, you know, but maybe they don't want to lean on the fact that like Jin Sakai could be in there, so they just leave it out. You know, they might reference it maybe in text, especially like if she's going to be the ghost of Yote. Like they're not gonna not reference the original ghost because that name and moniker has to come from something.
It's gonna be like years ago there was a ghost who led an army against the Mongol Empire or something like that. It's gonna be along the lines of that. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Right? Obviously, this is like my most anticipated game ever because it's a sequel to my favorite game of all time. But I have my concerns. I have my questions. And I'm not just going to jump on board and be like, oh, yeah, this is going to be bigger and better in every way. I'm not going to do that because, and I've say this multiple times, the fact that they are doing a whole new character, the fact that they are going to somewhere completely new in a whole different time period is a really good thing, but it could be a bad thing, right? It could just feel like, oh, you're just doing it again. It's a little bit different. Like you said, it feels like a mod. Or it can be, let's just like blow expectations out the water. Like let's just do a whole different vibe, but maintaining what makes Ghosts great, right? So I think it could go one of two ways. I think it could be a really big positive, or it could be a big negative. I think for people who haven't played Tsushima, I think this game is gonna knock it out the park no matter what. I think for people who have played Tsushima, I think there's definitely gonna be okay, can it meet what Tsushima did, right? For me, I don't think there's any way it meets Tsushima personally. I mean, it's just hard because I mean, it was like, it's the original. It's like it was that game that made me fall in love with games. So like, even no matter how well, like there's gonna be that sentimental value, right? So there's gonna be that bias, like I was talking about earlier, towards Tsushima. Who knows though? Like you just don't know. Like never have a solidified, predetermined opinion on something. Go in with an open mind, be as fair as possible, and that's what I'm going to do. And so I have my hopes. I really like what we're seeing. There's multiple new weapons, which by the way, I noticed this in my video. I broke it down. That first game has such good combat, and people love that combat system, and there's so much to do with the stances, with tools, with moveset, skill trees, all that stuff. And what's crazy is they did all of it with only one weapon. You only get to use the katana the whole time. I mean, and your bow, but that's your range thing. But the katana is your only weapon. Whereas this time, there's now, I think, supposed to be like 7 different weapons. So it's like, okay, so if it's just as complex as the katana, if every weapon is just as complex as that katana, we're looking at a really huge combat system here. And so that's kind of exciting. They also said that at the very end of the trailer, when you like kind of look into the past, that's a gameplay mechanic, which I don't even know what that means. How you even do that? Like, that just seems like something that happens on a story beat or like a scripted moment or something like that. But they said it's a gameplay mechanic, so I don't know what that means. But I guess we're just gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. What do we think of the release date? October 2nd. You're muted.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean,
I like it. Fall release, not going to be not going to be crowded with the summer of Nintendo. Things will be a little quiet by then. I think for like a lot of buzz, it won't have to like. Even though I don't think it needs to compete because it's going to stay on its own, being the next Ghost game, it won't really have to as much. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was personally deep down hoping for July, just because that's the anniversary of Tsushima.
Sure.
But
I get that.
October's fine as well. I am curious if this has any kind of hint as to where GTA or something else might land, because it is really weird that they just randomly on a random Wednesday were just like, hey, October
is
2nd.
true.
Like, it's super just random out of nowhere. So I'm curious if that means anything, but nah, it is a little bit farther away than I expected, but nah, I like it. At the moment, there's nothing surrounding it. So I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Gotta get that collector's edition tomorrow, or else I'm gonna literally I'm gonna crash out. I'm actually gonna crash out if I don't get that collector's edition. It's not gonna be good. Moving on,
I believe in you.
dude. It's also a fat stack I gotta drop at one time. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't like about collector's editions, unless I can pre-order at GameStop, because I have to just drop the whole fat stack all at once. It's just like, ugh.
Not that one. You won't be able to.
Nope. Lost Soul Side has been delayed from May 30th to August 30th.
Yeah, big bummer.
Yeah, bummer, because I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks really cool.
It does look good.
Two things though. Number one, are they stupid? Big question mark. Like, I don't even know who's developing this game. I'll be honest. What are y'all doing? First of all, you announced the same release date as Elden Ring Night Rain. Big mistake, all right? There's no way you're going up against Elden Ring. And then you delay your game, and I'm like, oh, yes, they're delaying it. They're getting out of the way of Elden Ring. And they delayed it to the same day as Metal Gear and Shinobi. You just made it even worse.
Yeah, it's tough.
What are y'all doing? Like y'all are crazy. Oh man, it's so bad. But then the second thing, and this is what I want to talk about. I'm a little bit worried for this game, not just in fact of the release date coming out the same day as two other big games. With Shinobi, who knows how big that's gonna be, but it looks amazing. This game getting a delay this close to release is very interesting, especially when you look at they weren't doing it in terms of schedule because they just completely screwed themselves again. But also, this game has gotten like little to like no advertising. I feel like the first time I saw anything advertising was when I walked into GameStop and saw that one little video on your TV thing. And I don't know. I'm getting bad feelings about it. And I'm really hoping this isn't a style over substance game, because the style is undoubtedly freaking fire. Like it looks awesome. But just with all the delays, with the really weird schedules, with the really lack of advertisement, and I mean, this is a Sony game. Like, this is a second-party Sony game, and they're not doing anything for it. So I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about it, but I'm still excited because the style looks fire. Whether it has substance or not, style-wise, it looks goated. But I'm hoping for the best for that game. But as of right now, I'm not like the most confident in it. I do feel like this. Right now, I'm at the idea this is probably gonna be like, at best, another like Stellar Blade or Black Myth Wukong, and that's under the mindset of those commercially did well. I mean, critically they were like pretty average, which is crazy. I think both of them got screwed critic wise, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this game turns out, but it did get delayed to August 30th. Don't know what they're doing. Like, you have 3 months. You could have chose any other date between then. even if it's just 1 month earlier, 1 week earlier, or 1 week later. Like, come on, what are you doing? The next thing, Borderlands 4 State of Play. I watched this, did a reaction on the channel right now. Yeah, looks pretty good. I mean, nothing like mind-blowing, nothing super like worrisome. It just looks like Borderlands. I was listening to podcasts today, and everyone was kind of just saying how they like the additions. They wish the art style was a little bit different, but for the most part, they're looking forward to just doing what Borderlands does, and that's pretty much exactly how I feel. I'm not really expecting any like huge leaps in terms of the franchise. I'm just expecting Borderlands at its best, and I hope that's what it is. And so for me, I really liked a lot of the weapons they were showing. I liked some of those systems, how there's different parts within them. I like the characters in the game, like the actual playable characters. I think those actually look really cool this time around. I like that we're going to a completely different planet outside of Pandora, even though it just looks like Pandora. Yeah, I don't know. I like a lot about it, but nothing's blowing my socks off. Nothing's getting me super duper concerned. However, I think you have something that's a little bit concerning. So go ahead. You said you had a hot take earlier, so I'm ready. I'm ready for this hot take.
I do. If you didn't know what the game was, you know what Borderlands 4 looks like?
Oh boy, Destiny.
An Apex looter shooter.
I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from.
Or Apex looks like a Borderlands
Battle Royale. I mean, that's more accurate.
Battle Royale is probably what it's more like, but you know, looks like if you took some of the like the facial animation style that Fortnite does, put Apex mechanics in it, and then made yourself a looter shooter. is sort of what it kind of like looks like to me, but with the quirks of like their art style, with like the hard black outline and the like comic effect on like some of their stuff. I can see that to sort of separate themselves.
Yeah. And then I will say this. One thing that I absolutely think the game is nailing is its audio. Like those gunshots and the combat, bro, it feels crunchy. Like the bullets and the explosions like really feel impactful. Like they're doing a really good job of that. Like, and just the difference between certain weapons. When you have a shotgun, bro, it feels and sounds like a shotgun. When you have a pistol, dude, those pistols are some of the most satisfying I think they've ever been in Borderlands. And when you shoot an explosion barrel, oh, it feels so good. Like I really like what they're doing in terms of the feel and sound of the game. To me, it's just gonna come down to like the mission varieties, the loot systems, the bosses, does the humor, is it cringe or is it somewhat funny, right? Like to me it's just gonna come down to all that. But in terms of gameplay, it looks perfectly fine for me. It looks just like Borderlands, and I'm here for it. I'm excited. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely looking forward to playing it. All right. Oh, also, its release date also moved. It moved up 1 week, so it actually is coming out sooner. It's coming out September 12th now instead of September 23rd, I believe. So big W there, actually.
W.
That's actually, to me, that gives a little bit of confidence in it, to be honest with you. Like, very rare you see that. So it's good stuff. And then we'll just touch on this real quick. This is the last news piece. Xbox raised their prices today. I mean, consoles went up to by about $80 to $100, and then games are going to be going up to $80 this holiday. I mean, there's a couple things to take from this. Number one, tariffs. Obviously, that's an impacting reason. But then also, this is just a floodgate that's been opened. Nintendo kind of started it, but it's not Nintendo's fault. I mean, prices were going to go up inevitably anyway. I think Nintendo doing it maybe made it go a little bit quicker than we originally predicted. But PlayStation's next. Like, if you don't think PlayStation is gonna raise their prices, you're wrong. Like, I wouldn't be shocked by next month if their prices have also increased, relatively similarly to Xbox. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. It's just the unfortunate state of the industry, to be honest with you. Also, EA laid off a bunch of employees. I know we didn't really have that, but that also happened recently. Respawn had a couple of canceled projects, including a Titanfall game, which broke my heart. And then I found out it was going to be an extraction shooter, and I was like, actually, that's all right. So, take that how you will. They did confirm that they are working on the next Jedi game. So, hey, I'll take that. I'll take that confirmation hands down, 100%. And so, I don't know. It's
yeah, I know that's supposed to be the last one they're doing too, so I'm
yeah.
curious to see where they're going to take it.
Yep.
But that.
Yeah, just a bunch of unfortunate things today. Every month it just gets harder and harder to become a gamer, unfortunately. Financially and just resource wise. It's not an easy hobby, which is really unfortunate because it's supposed to be all entertainment, and sometimes it just feels like you're fighting against the world trying to do it. So,
yeah.
But anyway, let's have some fun now, Jordan.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I like fun.
Video game 20 questions. We're here. Welcome to this week's game of the show, or mini game of the show. We're going to be doing 20 questions. Each of us are going to have 2 games, and we have 20 questions, yes or no questions, to try and guess what that game is. So you gave me, I gave you your ranking last time, right? First, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
so you give me, so I'm going to be trying to guess your game this time first.
Okay.
All right. Everybody knows how 20 questions work. You have 20 questions to try and guess the game. Has to be yes or no questions, and a guess counts as a question as well. And we're just doing games. We're not doing characters. We're not doing weapons. We're not doing like settings. We're just doing games. So,
Okay.
All right, let's run it.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you're right. I have to ask questions. You're so right.
Yep.
I forgot the name of the game. All right. Oh boy, I have to think about how I want to do this. Strategy. All right. Was this game released this generation?
Yes, it was released.
No. Hey, bro, listen. Was this game released this generation?
No.
Was this game released during the 360 generation?
No.
Oh gosh. Hey, yo, somebody keep track of how many questions. Actually, here, I got it.
That's 2 so far.
Yeah.
Let me
Was
tally
it?
it for you. I'll tally it.
By the way, everybody listening or watching, play along with us. Don't type if you're watching in chat. Don't type an answer in case like you give me an idea and I'll be like, oh yeah, he's so right. Like, we're not doing that. We're playing fair, so just don't keep in your head and guess afterwards. Was this game during the Xbox One generation?
No.
So it's older than the last 3 generations? Oh my gosh. Okay.
It sure is.
Well, that wasn't a question. I was talking to myself there.
I don't know.
That was not a question, all right? I was talking to myself. All right. Is this game a PlayStation exclusive?
It was. Yes. Pretty sure it still is, I think, yeah. But on release, yes.
Oh, we might be cooked already, chat.
4 questions so far. You get 16 more.
Does this game still have a franchise alive today?
Mm.
Ooh, that's a good question. I ain't gonna lie. That narrows it down. Austin says, I may know it. Cap. Biggest cap of all time.
I'm gonna say no, but on a technicality.
Okay.
As far as like there hasn't actually been anything new. So take that as vague as you will.
Ooh. Okay, I have something in mind. Okay. Is this a Japanese game?
Actually, you know what? Hang on.
I think I may have it actually. I think I may have it.
I don't. No, it is not.
No?
It is not a Japanese game.
Oh, snap. We're back to being cooked. How many questions is that? 5? 6?
That is 6 now.
6?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking Shadow of the Colossus, but that's obviously not a guess because that's not because that's Japanese. I was thinking Shadow of the Colossus, because you said on its technicality, I'm like, well, it did get remade, so it's not really a new game, and it was a PS2 exclusive, so it was fitting all the boxes there.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, so it's not Japanese. Holy crap. A PlayStation exclusive, not Japanese. That's rare for before PS3. Holy crap. Is this a platformer?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hold up. We're so back. We're so back.
By the
Okay.
way, I want to clarify. It is a PlayStation exclusive. It is
Okay.
not on anything else.
Okay. Now, I guess this isn't a question in terms of this game, but like just rules wise. Do I have to say the exact title, or can I just say like if I just said, is it Sly Cooper? Would you say like yes it is, or do you want the official tagline? If there even is a tagline, like.
I would say no.
Okay. Wait, so I would not get it right.
I think if you get it just as is, then it wouldn't have to be the direct title.
Okay, is it Sly Cooper?
No.
Dang it! Dang it! Oh.
That's 8.
Okay, so all right, so let's run it back down. Okay, Austin says I thought it was Death Stranding because he said not a franchise yet because no new installment, and then I don't know if he knew it recently came to Xbox. Well, that is not before the PS3 generation, dog. That is that is PS4. Okay, wait. So PlayStation exclusive before the PS3 generation. Not Japanese, and it's a platformer. What? Oh my gosh. See, there's so many. Is it Little Big Planet?
No.
See, that's the thing. Like, I feel like I could just get it off of the information I already know because there's not that many platformers. Yeah, if anybody in the chat has questions that I could ask, I'd be willing to like do that. But don't give me any answers. Don't give me any answers. You said it's not alive either. On a technicality level.
Yeah.
Platformer, not really alive. Is it? Wait. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if that's. Okay, hang on. I'm thinking Crash Bandicoot But that technically got Crash Bandicoot 4 in 2020, so I would consider that still alive. Okay, I'm thinking it's either Crash, it could be Jack and Daxter, it could be Spyro, even though I don't think that's PlayStation exclusive. Well, hold on. Spyro was kind of. Not Spyro's dead. We haven't gotten Spyro in a hot minute. Is it Spyro?
It is.
Oh, let's go! Let's go, baby! Oh man, W.
It is Spyro the Dragon.
Love it, awesome. All right, that
Good
was
question.
dude. That was actually a lot harder.
Hey,
than
I just heard a
thought.
phone lock. Are you Googling stuff?
No, I was. No, I got a notification. You're good.
Uh-huh.
You're good. Bro, I'll throw. Oh. Nah, bro, I'm Googling.
I say I'm Googling stuff for my own game here, but I wasn't
No,
going to
no,
look
no,
anything
no,
up when I'm
no,
asking you
no.
questions.
No, you're good. All right, Jordan,
All right.
it's
My
your
go?
turn. Go for it.
Okay. I'll tally for myself too, I guess.
Okay.
Is this a PS5 generation game?
Yes.
Is it a roguelike?
No. What a question. No.
Is it indie?
No.
Is it character customization, or is it, do you create a generic character?
No.
No.
Some interesting
so
questions. you get.
PS5 generation game, you're not creating a character, so there's a set character that you are. Is it PS5 exclusive? Like, did it only come out for the PS5? Like,
Yes.
not even PS4?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait. Also PS4. Hold on. I don't think so.
You want to double check your math?
Yeah, hang on. No, it is not on PS4. Yes, it is only PS5.
Is it the Demon Soul remaster?
No.
No? Damn.
How many questions is that?
That's 6 for me
Okay.
so far.
All right. Yeah. Austin says it's a small list now. It is. I mean, it is. There's not many PS5 exclusives out there.
Is it open world?
No. This is fun. It's fun.
See, the only thing that gets me is I feel like if it would have been a like dead straight PS5 exclusive, you would have known off rip, but you had to like double check your math. So
Maybe that was just mind games, you know?
you have me confused there. Yeah, is it Astrobot?
Huh?
Is it Astrobot?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Astrobot.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. I got an 8.
Astrobot. Do. Hey, fire.
Got him on today.
It's actually a nice shirt. I like that shirt. It's cool.
Here he is.
Oh my gosh. All right, Jordan, hit me with your second one, man.
All right. Ask away.
All right. Is this a current generation game?
No. Well, okay. What do you consider?
Did this game come out this generation?
So PS5 Series X?
Yeah.
No.
Did this game come out during the PS4 generation?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hold up. All right. Is this game exclusive to PlayStation?
No.
That hurts. Is this a Japanese game?
It is.
Ooh, okay. Is this an RPG?
Yes.
Oh, I was really hoping it wasn't. Dang. Uh,
Band
Austin-
generation
yeah.
questions.
I mean, yeah, we could.
Yeah, that would be.
That'd make it really hard though, because then you
It
have
would
like,
be. Yeah.
or maybe we should make it where you can only ask like one generation, so you can like only narrow
Right,
down
yeah.
like or get process of elimination one generation, kind of.
Right.
Okay. How many questions am I at?
You're at 5. So this would be your 6th.
Is this game exclusive to any platform?
No.
Okay, so third-party multi-platform. All right. Okay. Well, honestly, I'm gonna just. Is this a Square Enix game?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Is it Final Fantasy 15?
It sure is.
Oh, I cooked. I cooked so hard on that. Oh,
It
that's
sure
great.
is.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh, you'd love to see it.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Man, none of it. Man, we might have to change this game to 10 questions because we're killing it over here.
I'm saying, yeah. Well, you did get the first one right at 10, so.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, it's your second one.
But, you know, the more and more we do this, too, obviously we'll be crossing games off our list, so it'll probably be hard to tell. So, like, we can start 20, but, like, eventually we're going to need 20 questions, probably.
That's true.
Because we're going to have the obvious ones, like, marked out. So.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Is this a Switch game?
Hold on, I gotta remember what game this is. Hold on. Ah, yes. No.
No.
Do you want to do the one generation rule, or do you just want to?
Not now. We can do
Okay.
that next time. We've already gone through 3
Alright.
things because I'm probably going to ask one more question
Okay.
related to the same thing.
Alright.
Is it also on Switch compared to other systems?
No.
Okay, so not on Switch at all. Okay.
That's a pretty good narrow downer, honestly. That's a pretty good, especially if it is.
Is it a franchise?
No.
Is it a side scroll game?
No. Just see. Oh no. I'm dead. I'm dead, bro. I'm dead. I'm dead. All right, just.
What I miss?
I'm dead, bro. Bro,
What I miss?
bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bro. All right. So, all right. I'm just going to go and explain. This is kind of helping you in a way. You were looking down at your paper, and I went like, and while you did that, I was like,
I
and
don't have your
I
thing
flipped
pulled
it.
up anymore.
Oh, you can't see me?
Oh,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you turned it
Yeah,
around.
yeah. I turned the game case on my shelf, but just to clarify, everybody, it's not that game. I just thought it'd be funny to like flip the one game in frame. I was, it's not that game. So,
Love it.
but
Love it.
I love it because then Austin went bruh right in chat, and I was like, oh my gosh, God, that was funny. Oh, I got a good laugh out of that. Oh man. All right.
You ready?
I'm ready, bro. Sorry. How many quick questions do you got? Hold
Yeah.
on, bro. I need a refresh.
I'm at 4. I'm about to ask 5.
All right.
Is this next gen only?
Yes.
Okay.
Or I mean, current gen, but yeah, next gen. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it multiplayer?
No.
No. Player.
Austin's dead set on it being Balatro.
Do you like this game?
Yeah. Yes. There you go. Sorry.
Is it Planet Coaster?
Yes. No. No.
Aw.
No. Just because he said, "Do I like the game?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Planet Coaster." I like a lot of games, all right?
No, I know. But next gen only. I'm trying to think of ones that you've played that you like that's only next gen.
Expedition 33 is a good one.
I highly doubt you'd pick that. That'd be a hell of a curveball though.
Would it? I thought about it.
Not a franchise. Next gen only. Not Planet Coaster. Did I ask if you create a character in this one too?
You did not ask that yet.
Do you create a character in this one?
No.
No.
Briss is gold. This whole thing is great.
Oh man, really don't.
Oh brother.
I'm trying to like make it narrow it down with like better questions. Is it a platformer?
No.
No. I didn't think so. I don't think there's very many more PS5 exclusive platformers.
Sackboy. Ratchet and Clank.
Did they make this digital only?
Specify the question. Did it? Do you want to know if it came out? Did digital only?
On launch, was it digital only?
On launch, it was digital only.
Is it Black Myth Wukong?
Yes.
Okay.
There it is.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Yeah. Because I was like, it's not digital only anymore, but it was. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go.
Got it.
Man, that was fun. That was fun, man.
Yeah, agreed.
Man, I want to do that.
That question was.
I want to do it more. I want to do more.
This is these are questions from a video game store manager, Austin. I'm gonna give you the real specifics to narrow that stuff down.
Yo, all in agreement to play one more round.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Let's do it. Just come up with a random game. Come up.
I'll tell you
Bro,
what. Let me
bro,
just.
Austin's locked in over here. He's like one more, but you both try to guess what I pick. All right, how about this? We'll both do one more to each other because we need content. We'll explain here in a second, but then we'll both try to guess yours. All right, hang on. I gotta think of a game real quick. Gotta think of a game. I want to make this a solid one. This is a solid game.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna take some notes down on mine.
Okay, I got it.
Did you?
I got one.
Okay. Same.
All right. I guess I'll go first. Is this an online game? Or does this game have online?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Is this a current generation game?
No.
Okay. Is this a Western game? Like
Yes.
region-wise. Okay. Like America or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. You said yes?
Yes.
All right. I don't even remember what the first question I asked was. Oh, yeah. Is it online? That's right. Is it a shooter?
No.
Is it an EA game?
No.
Ooh. Okay. Hold up. Is this during the 360 generation?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, that's when Western was at its peak. Oh, and it's not EA, huh? Wow.
Not.
Knowing you, I thought for sure you'd pick something EA. I was gonna go with Skate at one point, but I was like,
I thought about it, but
yeah.
it seemed too simple for me.
Okay. So it's not online, 360 generation, American, or just Western, not necessarily American, Western, not EA. I think those are all the questions I asked so far. Oh, and it's not a shooter.
You've asked 6 so far.
Is it an RPG?
Yes.
Do you make your own character?
Yes.
Fable.
No.
Oh, that's a original Xbox too. Oh my gosh. I fumbled. You don't even wait. Yeah, no. You do make your own character in Fable, I think, right? Wait, do you? Do you make your own character in Fable? No. Oh. Okay, so you make your own character. It's Western. Oh man. 360 Skyrim.
No.
Oh, that was a good guess though. That was a good guess. Wow. Okay, hold on. 360 generation. Oh, I haven't locked it to a platform yet. Is this a PlayStation exclusive?
Nope.
Okay, so it's got to be Xbox because ain't no Nintendo console during that generation having RPGs where you make your own character. Man. Is this an Xbox exclusive?
No.
Oh, brother. Oh, we might be cooked. Dude, I'm lost. I'm lost right now. It's not online. It's not EA, but it is Western. Not exclusive to any platform. RPG. You do make your own character, right? You do make your own character?
Yeah.
You make your own
Okay. Let me. The Western question.
Yeah.
There's two different parts of the world. So yes, but other things happen somewhere else too. Publisher versus developer. Which one would you be asking?
Developer.
Yes.
It is Western.
Yes.
Okay, so is the publisher Japanese?
Is that a question?
Yes. Yeah.
No, they are not.
Brother. Okay. What? How many questions am I at? Surely I'm getting close.
You've asked 13.
Okay. It's an RPG. You make your own character. Developer is Western. Publisher is not. During the 360 days. Oh my gosh, this is rough. Dude, my mind's gonna explode. Is this a Ubisoft game?
It is.
Oh, we might be onto something. Hold on. Wait, what Ubisoft game do you make your own character for in the 360 days? Hold on. Bro must be doing a deep cut or something. Ubisoft. The comeback. Bro, hold up. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, I'm blanking on Ubisoft franchises. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you got Assassin's Creed, Far Cry. You don't make your own characters in that. It's not online. Not online Ubisoft? What are we talking about right now? Bro, you picked a crazy game, whatever this is. It's an RPG?
Yep.
Bro, what? Oh, it's gonna be something like Rabbids or something stupid. It's gonna be like dude, I can't think of. Oh my gosh. Is this franchise still alive?
Yeah.
What's still alive from Ubisoft, bro? Narrow it down, bro. I don't know how to narrow it down. It's still alive. It was an RPG back during the 360 days. You make your own character. It's Ubisoft. It's an RPG. Dude, I feel like I have it. I feel like I should be able to guess this, but
I will say when you ask I'll give you when you say the franchise is still alive, it's a bit broad of a spectrum. So
okay. Can I?
That's-
Okay.
that's all I'm saying.
All right. Has there been a new game in the last 7 years?
Yes.
Dude, I'm blanking on Ubisoft RPGs. I really can't. Like,
We've asked 17 so far. So
I mean,
got
you're
3 more.
you're gonna say it, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god. Like,
Probably, yeah.
how many questions?
You've asked 17.
Oh, brother, we're cooked. Oh, we're cooked.
You have 3 more.
We're cooked. Dude, I just can't think of Ubisoft RPGs. I'm like, oh my gosh. Lock in, bro. I'm trying so hard. Bro, okay. You do make your own character.
Yes. Just had another.
No, I'm re-asking one of my older questions, all right? Bro, there's no way. Cuz like everything you're saying should be Assassin's Creed, but it's not cuz you don't make your own character in Assassin's Creed. It's not a shooter. Hold on. It's not a shooter. So it can't be Tom Clancy. It can't be Far Cry. Dude, everything says Assassin's Creed, but it's not Assassin's Creed. Unless I'm tripping and you do make. No, you don't make any Assassins. Dude, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I'll be honest with you. I really don't think I'm gonna get it. It's had a game.
3 generic questions.
It's had a game in the last 7 years. When did this game come out? Oh. Hold on. Oh, when did this one come out? Because you said 360. I don't know if it came out this year or not, but I'm gonna guess it because I can't think of anything else. Watch Dogs.
No.
Oh, I thought I had it, but I thought I cooked. Dude, I'm lost. I don't understand. A game in the last 7 years. Dude, Dude, I think I'm gonna have to wave the white flag at this point. I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, you gonna call it?
No, hold on. He had to pick a super sneaky game. There's no way. Wait, but he said a new game in the last 7 years. Doesn't make any sense. I'ma just... No, that's not 360. That's not 360. I'm not gonna waste that. I was gonna say Beyond Good and Evil, but that's not 360. I don't think. Oh gosh. Do you have a question you want me to ask, Austin? Do you have a question that you think? Because I mean, I feel like I have all the information I need to guess this. I don't know what else I could ask to narrow it down further. I just can't think of a Ubisoft RPG where you make your own character that came out during the 360 days.
Not helping you, he says.
I give up. I can't do it.
Do you?
I
Do you actually give up? 19 and 20. We calling them?
yeah. What is it?
All right, 19 and 20. John, the game you failed to guess
I'm gonna be so
is
mad.
the 2014 banger South Park: The Stick of Truth.
There was no way I was getting that. There was no way I was getting that. No way. That makes sense though. That makes sense. There was absolutely no way I was getting that though. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, because Fractured But Whole came out in 2018. Obviously, South Park is still alive and well, so the franchise is still alive.
Yeah.
So, like I said, like it was kind of like a broad spectrum.
See,
Maybe you can count Snow Day, I guess, but they that's not Ubisoft or
Yeah.
Obsidian.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's a tough one because I've never actually played it. Plus, I
Yeah.
wouldn't even have known that
was my
Ubisoft.
concern too. I was like, man, I'm actually not even sure if John like
Yeah, I wouldn't
has
have
dabbled
known
in
it
the
was
South Park games
Ubisoft
at
either.
all. Like, it's yeah.
That's tough. All right. That's all good. All right.
All right.
Now time for my man. I almost want to change mine to make it harder now because I feel like I just went through freaking war. Like holy crap.
All right, ready?
Go for it.
All right. Is this a Switch game? Like Switch only?
No.
Is this multi-platform?
Yes.
Is it first person?
No.
Is it top down?
No.
Did you say it was multi-platform? I'm sorry.
It is multi-platform. Yeah.
Okay. Come out in the last 10 years? I guess it had to if it's multi-plat. If it's also on Nintendo.
It's not on Nintendo. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Is there more than one of these games as far as like franchise?
Yes. Hang on. Okay.
Is this the first one in the franchise?
Yes. And then just to clarify, there has been a release of this game in the last 10 years.
Okay. And it's also a franchise. It's the first one of the franchise.
Yeah.
Is it RPG?
No.
Are there more than 5 games?
No.
It's not Call of Duty.
It's not Call of Duty.
Not RPG. There's definitely no character creation if it's not RPG at all, right? Well, no, not necessarily. Not on Switch. Is it multi-generation?
Oh, that's a tough question. N- n- neither of the one specific releases is multi-generation. Do you need me to elaborate on that?
So it's been cross-gen for every release?
No. Um,
It's been a designated generation every release? Is that what you mean?
yes. Every time this game has come out, it's only been a like that generation.
Okay. So it's standalone in its release nature, but it's not standalone in its franchise nature. So the first one came out within the last 10 years.
Oh, that's tricky. Wow, I've really confuzzled you. I'm not gonna lie. This is tough. It's tough now. I mean, I haven't lied. That's the thing. So I don't. It's just. It's like one key information would like make it all make sense, kind of.
Not RPG is what's throwing me off.
How many questions you're at?
And
Ooh. All right. I might get them back here.
is it turn-based?
No.
Is it an American setting?
No.
The game? No.
No. That's a crazy question.
Are there humans in the game?
Yeah.
Is it a sports game?
No.
I didn't think so. Well, narrow it down. Are they making another one?
No.
No.
I wish they were though. I wish they were.
You shoot guns in the game?
Yes. How many questions you at? You gotta be getting close.
I just asked 16.
Oh boy. 4 questions left.
Are you a girl in it?
No. What game were you thinking there?
Maybe Last of Us.
Oh.
You know, the first one came out PS3, second one came out PS4. Kind of. Is this a mature rated game?
Yes.
Is it a big name publisher?
Yes. This is it, right? This is 20?
This is the last one, yeah.
I don't think you got it. I don't think you got it.
I don't think I do.
No.
I don't.
But go ahead and just say something, I guess. Cause...
I don't.
You wave the white flag. You wave the white flag.
Yeah, I really don't know.
All right. The game is from EA. It is Dead Space.
Yeah. Okay.
It's tough because the remake, like I couldn't just give away that it was a remake, right? So I was like,
no.
it has released multiple times and it's only been exclusive to that one generation. So I was like, I don't know how I say all that without saying it's a remake.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Whatever he said, is it in an American setting? I was like, wait a minute. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you would have asked like if it was a horror or a remake, it probably would have like really helped. Like,
yeah, no, I should have been a little bit.
All
more
right,
direct
so
with some of them.
Austin wants us to team up to try and guess his game.
I feel like we're gonna be here an hour longer trying to guess it in chat, but okay.
Yeah. All right, let's go quick. Let's just go question at a time, like alternate question.
Okay, go ahead.
Is this a Japanese game, Austin?
No. Is this a next gen exclusive? Only on modern platforms.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. Did it come out this generation? Pretty much. Okay. He said yeah. All right. So it's not Japanese, and it came out this generation, meaning it's only on modern platform. Is it? Oh, bro, I got a mad question. Hold up. Austin might have to look this up. Is it on Game Pass? He's probably checking. He's checking because so no. Neo. No. Okay.
Okay.
So it wasn't an automatic answer, so meaning he had to think about it, right? So it's not like an obvious one that would be on Game Pass kind of type thing.
Not Japanese.
It's not on Game Pass, and it's this generation.
Is it a PS5 exclusive?
No.
No.
I'm guessing it's not an exclusive game. Is my guess. That's not a question. I'm talking to Jordan. I'm guessing that's not a exclusive game because he had to think if it was on Game Pass. I mean, if it was exclusive, it would have been obvious. Was this game nominated for Game of the Year any year? Bro, if he says yes, we are so in business. Dang it. Bro, if he would have said yes, bro, that's raps. Oh, man. Okay, so it wasn't nominated for Game of the Year. So we're looking at something somewhat obscure.
Not Game of the Year.
I mean, it's probably not like obscure, but like, you
know. Is it a realistic setting type game?
Is it realistic graphics, pretty much?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I like that. Sure has to think about it.
All right.
Obviously, he doesn't know.
Graphics, yes. Setting, I would say.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we just got two answers in one. We like it. So that means it's probably in space or something like that.
Yeah.
Or it's like it could be like a Final Fantasy type situation though. But the thing is, like, what would he consider a realistic setting? You know.
Like, it's just like not real world. So like, you know,
Okay.
magic and fantasy type stuff, but like people look like real people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Animals look like real animals, if I had to guess.
But realistic graphics. It's not Japanese. It's not on Game Pass. It's not exclusive. All right, we need to narrow down what kind of game it is. Is this an RPG? Yes. Okay. All right. We're in business here. Okay, so let's actually brainstorm real quick, Jordan. What do we think? So it came out this generation. It's an RPG. It's not on Game Pass. It has realistic graphics, not in a realistic setting, not on Game Pass. It's not exclusive.
Yeah, the not exclusive parts, but
Kingdom Come. No, that's not. No, that is a realistic setting. That is a realistic setting.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? Expedition 33.
It could be.
It could be. I mean, if it's. Oh wait, no, it's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. It can't be.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we almost
True.
saved ourselves there. Almost saved ourselves. Dude, I was thinking like Starfield, but that's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I can't think of RPGs that have come out. It's not Japanese.
Do you create a character?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I have an idea. Yes. All right, so I'm thinking Dragon Age. Even though the graphics aren't like realistic per se, but like they're supposed to be. I'm thinking Dragon Age. I'm thinking because it's not Japanese, right? So it's got to be either like EA, Ubisoft, Xbox, but it can't be Xbox because everything they do is on Game Pass. It could be Warner Bros, I guess. Could be Hogwarts. I don't think Austin would choose Hogwarts though, because he could care less about that game.
Hoping the realistic graphic comment doesn't screw you guys up.
It might be Dragon Age.
Well, then ask him.
Is it Dragon Age? That's a question. That's one of my answers.
Nope. Did it come out in 2024?
Man, what a question.
Hey.
I mean, if he says yes, though, whew. How many questions are we at?
That's question number 10. No, it did not.
Okay, so we still have 10 questions. All right, hang on. All right, we got to figure out. I feel like we got to figure out company here because. Although, to be fair, who said it's a company? It could be indie.
As it's indie.
Is it a AAA game? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He said it is an RPG. Dude, it might be Hogwarts Legacy. But he wouldn't pick Hogwarts because he could care less about it. But it does fit all the boxes. Now to be uh-oh. He said wait. It's not AAA. Oh, brother. We might be cooked. Are you looking up the definition of double A game?
No, I'm changing it. My playlist stopped on this.
Oh.
Putting on a different playlist.
It's not true. Okay. Now, to be fair, just because they said it's not Japanese does not mean it's American, though. Hold on.
True.
Oh, it could be like Korean or something. Or like Chinese. Oh. Is it Western? Is it a Western game? No. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so it's got to be either. It's got to be like Korea, China, or like European or something like that.
Um,
I mean, we could just ask if it's
Not a
if it's
realistic
Ubisoft.
setting.
We could just ask if it's Ubisoft. I doubt he'd pick a Ubisoft game, but you know what? It's probably a
There's character
trash game.
customization, though, right?
He'd probably pick a trash game. He probably picked like Gollum or something like that, and it's made by like Embracer Group or some crap like that. Or he picked like Forspoken or one of those really bad Ubisoft games. He picked something like that.
Is it? Is it open world?
Interesting how he doesn't know that right away. Okay. It's not open world. Dude, it might be Gollum or something like that. I'm telling you, it's something really stupid. Okay. Does this game have an 80 or higher on Metacritic? If he says no, it's for sure a trash game, 100%.
No.
No. Okay. All right. All right. So it's an RPG. It's not Japanese, but it is Eastern. It's not exclusive. Came out this generation. It's below an 80. You do make your own character? Is that right? Did he say yes to that? I think he said
Thought
yes to
so.
that. Kind of realistic graphics. Somewhat. Is this an indie game? It is not an indie game.
Not an indie.
Can I look up who made Gollum? Like, can I look that up, or is that cheating? I don't know, cause I don't know if that's an Eastern or Western studio. Like, I have no idea.
Um,
Ask him if he likes this game,
re-
cause I could tell you that. If he says yes, I can narrow that down to a T. What if it's Nintendo? Have we thought about that?
he said it wasn't a Nintendo exclusive, right? Wasn't that my first question?
Was that a question? I thought you just asked if it was this generation.
I thought I asked if it was a.
Did you? Austin, respond. This isn't a question. We're just trying to gain clarification. Did he already ask if it was a Nintendo exclusive? Don't say if it is or not. Just ask. Say yes or no if we. No, just answer if we've already asked the question. Is it on Switch? Like, or is it Switch exclusive? Have we already asked that? Oh yeah, that was the first. Uh, that was the first question I asked. Was is it Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The question is, do you like it? Do you like it? And like honestly, like it not as like it as a meme or a joke, but like, do you actually like the game? It's for sure a joke game. We're wasting our time.
Never played.
It's freaking Golem or some crap. Like I guarantee you, it's some. We're absolutely wasting our time here. I don't know. It could be like Kong Skull something, or I don't know.
We've asked 16.
I got a good question, but it's your turn technically.
Yeah.
You should ask if it was a flop.
I mean, obviously, if it was, if it scored under 70.
Well, there are some games that still sell well, even though they're not reviewed well.
If you're still patronizing. Um, never played these.
Well, that's a lot of games, so I don't know.
Is it?
No, he has not asked the question.
Is the game more than one word for the title?
Interesting. Yes. Was this game a flop?
Hard to answer.
Oh, I mean, okay, hang on. Let me try and do a more specific question then. Like, I mean, was this game regarded as a flop?
On Metacritic, it's green with a score above 7.
Star Wars Outlaws. It could be that.
Last year.
Huh?
It didn't come out last year. He said.
Oh, you're right. Above 70 in the green. That means it's 76 or above. I'm pretty sure. Maybe 75 or above. I don't know.
I don't know either. I really don't.
Is it? Wait, did he say it is? Wait, it's not a mini game, or it is not an indie game. It is not indie. Here's one. Have I played this game?
Question 19.
Did I just ask question 19?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Have I played this game?
Planned to play it, but never did.
Huh?
You might have planned to play it, but never did.
That could be anything. I plan to play everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I mean, my mind went to Visions of Mana for a hot second, but that's Japanese.
Also came out last
year. Yeah. Planned to play it, but never did. RPG, AA game. I don't know. It's
on Game Pass until it left. Yeah, I don't know. I'm out.
Wait. What if it's... I don't know what the score is, but I think it's 79. What if it's Lies of P?
Didn't Lies of P.
That came out 2023.
There's no way it's only a... Well, maybe it is. That didn't get over 80 on Metacritic?
Reviews crapped on that. Like, not crapped on it, but the reviews are so whack on that game. Like, it's... the reviews are not a testament to what people actually think about that game. I don't know. It's probably something so, like, obscure. Like, you've probably never played it. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go for a completely wild one. All right.
Let's do it.
This is gonna be our final one. If I get this, I'm actually a goat. All right. Atlas Fallen. Is it Atlas Fallen?
See, I thought about Atlas Fallen, but I don't know.
I'm trying to think of games that I planned to play but ended up not.
Yeah, but anyway, that's 20. So
The answer is it's something so obscure.
Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's along the lines of like Atlas Fallen, kind of. It's along those lines. I was in the right department, just couldn't. There's probably no way I was coming up with that game. That's good. All right. Well, Jordan,
Nice. Yep.
I'll leave it up to you right now. Because we definitely went a little bit over. Well, not a little bit. We for sure went over.
Oh, we did. We did.
for sure went over what we planned on doing.
You just want a quick vague, you just want a quick vague 15 words?
Sure, go for it.
Should we just leave it at that?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. So he's said a couple of times in the podcast that this was going to be sort of the last format for this. The reason why is because we have embarked on a project that we are going to sort of see into fruition in the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye out for that. We've got some cool stuff, I think, in the works for sort of what we want to do and what we want to see for this. I came to John a little while back and talked to him a little bit about his content and my content and maybe sort of what that could mean for us together. So, we're going to maybe sort of have something fun to talk about in the next couple of weeks. So,
Indeed. Well, I mean, you pretty much covered all of it. I don't really know what else I gotta say, but yeah, stay tuned. Within the coming weeks, we will actually fully announce it. Or not even within the coming weeks, probably within the next week, we will probably announce it. I would keep an eye on the calendar date for the week of May 15th. If you are curious on when this thing will start. And that is also the week that we will return with the podcast. And so, yes, the new and improved Playaway podcast will be announced soon as well. But it's much bigger. It's much more than just the podcast. Yeah, we are very excited for it. There's still a lot of work to be done, a lot of things we got to set up and figure things out, and so we're not rushing anything. But when the time is right, we already have a whole roadmap planned out. So we're looking forward to that. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching the podcast, and yeah, we will see you in a couple weeks. Sorry for it going a little bit long, but we had some fun here. All right. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace. By the way, go play Clair Obscur. It's freaking goated. All right. Peace.
Please do so much.